Okay, so this video is for Artistic Hick. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you were going for with that name, so sorry. This is a response to your video, Calm Down Atheists. I'd like to point out at the beginning that this is the face of a calm atheist. Admittedly, that has something to do with the fact that you're kind of on the hot side, so if you were some haggard hose beast or something like that, I would probably be a little more rude than I'm going to be. So I'll point out at the beginning that I'm going to generalize you a little bit. For instance, I'm going to assume that Christians are opposed to gay marriage. I know they're not all opposed to gay marriage. You might not be opposed to gay marriage, but in my response, I am going to sort of generalize Christians, as you've done with atheists. I think what's good for the goose is good for the gander, so forgive me for that at the beginning. Okay, the reason I'm responding is, well, chiefly is a claim that you made at the end of your video. You said something to the effect of, "It's not affecting you in a major way." Yeah, I dispute that. So, speaking of religion and theism, those do affect me in a major way, and we'll get to why. So, anyways, I've responded. I'm going to respond to your video here in a more or less chronological order. So, yeah, your beef seems to be that there are a lot of videos on YouTube about why you shouldn't believe in God, and you seem to complain that a lot of them say that believing in God is stupid. And you say Christians don't rag on atheists. Why do atheists rag on Christians? And kind of ironically, later in the video, you'll say that it's stupid and it's dumb to say all these things. So, on one hand, well, it's just kind of ironic in the same video that you're decrying atheists for being a little mean-spirited, to turn around and be mean to them. Anyways, some videos apparently that you've encountered say that faith is stupid and retarded. Again, ironically, you say it's idiotic to say that, because you can have faith in people, right? And is having faith in people bad? Well, no, it's not. But you then go on to say, is having faith in God bad? You're equivocating. See, if you ask a person for directions on the street and they give you directions, you have faith in them as you have faith in people. But you have a body of experience which suggests to you that when people give you directions, they're not lying for their own amusement. So you have a few reasons to think that a person is going to do as they say and not lie. Yeah, so having faith in people versus having faith in the existence of an omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, omnibenevolent, immaterial, spaceless, timeless, prime mover of all things. I think that those are two categories of faith. Actually, I think that you're equivocating. Not the same thing at all. So, yeah, the correlation. I think that you have to draw out that link a little bit more. One is reasonable and the other is not. And I'm not just being a jerk for saying so. Those are two different things. So, anyways, is having faith in God bad, though? Yeah, I think it can be. Just like having faith, that second definition of faith, can be bad always, regardless of what you have faith in. Consider Proposition 8 in California, the ban of gay marriage. One day it was okay, the next day it wasn't. One day people had a particular avenue of happiness, and the next day they didn't. And only because of religious values and religious beliefs. There is no secular argument, count them, 0 secular arguments for banning gay marriage. It takes religion. It takes faith. But maybe not faith in God in particular, maybe faith in the Bible, because those are two different things. But faith of a certain kind, because again, there's no secular reason for it. Another kind of faith that's bad, harmful, is this 13-year-old boy, Daniel Hauser, whose idiotic parents, believers in the healing power of prayer and holistic medicine, have denied him chemotherapy, and apparently he rejects it too, because he's been indoctrinated with this crap. So having faith can be bad, and I'm sorry, but you're delusional if you think to the contrary. And again, I'm not being a jerk. Make sense of those two cases for me before you say I'm just being a jerk. The majority of people don't bag on atheists. Why should they bag on religion? Well, I think you're ignoring evidence, because I've been called a devil worshipper. I think all you have to do is look. I mean, look around run a search for stupid atheists and videos like that on YouTube. They're out there. Venom Fang X is a fine example, though. He's gone. So, yeah. Maybe the majority of people don't bag on atheists, but the majority of atheists don't bag on Christians either. We're talking about small minorities in two categories of people. You say everyone's allowed to have their opinion, just a little point here. That includes the people that you're accusing of being hostile and mean and angry. Usually atheists and agnostics are about having free spirits, etc., having everyone getting along. What? Atheism is the rejection of a belief in God. I mean, there are a few different variations of that definition, but none of them have to do with being free-spirited and everyone getting along. It is a particular position in relation to theist claims, deist claims, and the like. It's got nothing to do with free spirits and everyone getting along. But you do say something interesting along those lines. You say, if you want everyone to get along, stop ragging on them and stop making fun of them. Okay. And here I'm going to generalize you as I said I would. I'm going to generalize you as a Christian. If you want everyone to stop or to start getting along, well, stop telling them who they can marry, how they can fuck, and what promising medical research they can and cannot conduct because it's immoral according to the local theologian you consulted when you could have been consulting the scientific evidence that suggests it's promising. Again, that's not me being a jerk. Those are very prevalent views in the Christian community. So, I mean, you want people to get along, but you also want to have this position that really upsets people and makes them angry. So, yeah, mixed message there. You say it's going to make people not feel good about themselves, and why do that? Well, why not? Are we talking about the existence or non-existence of God? Or are we talking about what's going to make them feel good? Because the Christian God certainly doesn't make me feel good. I mean, he really is a nasty customer. Angry, jealous, wrathful. That doesn't give me warm tinglies, okay? If it gives you warm tinglies, then I think you've got something wrong with you. And ultimately, what's it matter if it makes you feel good? So you say people should back off. Right, but I mean, I'm not voting away your rights to get married. So, I say we start with the Christians if we're going to have people start pumping the brakes. You say a girl vomits over her Bible. I presume it's her Bible. I presume she didn't steal it. So while I don't condone it, I don't really condemn it either. It's her Bible, and you choose to watch it or not watch it. Just as if you made a movie of yourself vomiting over a voodoo doll of an atheist, I would probably not watch it. For the same reason I don't watch that girl vomiting over the Bible. It doesn't interest me. Don't really want to see it. She's fine. Shut up, you brat. Alright, you say that it's not affecting me in a major way. I have a problem with that claim, actually. Again, back to Proposition 8. That is affecting people in a major way. I'm not sure yet. I think that they are deciding now whether or not they're going to annul a few thousand marriages. They were married yesterday. Sometime next week, they might not be married at all. That is affecting people in a major way. And again, there is no secular argument for there were only religious values on the pro-Proposition 8 side of that thing. This kid's parent probably just brought him back for chemotherapy. Took a court order, though, didn't it? I mean, and this is all in violation of their religious views. I mean, they're still violating their religious views here. So, yeah, religion affects people in a major way. And if it doesn't affect you in a major way, and I submit sometimes an adverse way, I don't think you're doing it properly. I really don't. So anyways, you say if I'm going to be open-minded and free-minded, I need to be open-minded about everything. No, I don't. That's ridiculous. False things, too? Ridiculous things? Silly things? I mean, honestly, everything? One person said that I'm so skeptical that if he said that there was a hole under that rug, don't walk across that rug, that I'd be the sort of person that had to walk across it because I'm a skeptic. Well, no, I wouldn't. I understand the mechanism of that. If he said that there were gremlins in the attic, and that if by walking across the carpet I would upset them and they would tear the world apart as a result, well, then I'd be skeptical. I'm not open-minded to bullshit. So, I don't know. You could be open-minded too, though. I'm happy to engage in a discussion of why you believe in God. If only you were open-minded to such a conversation. Anyways, those are my answers for what they're worth. Godless Heathen, signing off.